Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another edition of Office Hours. As always, thankfully, once again, I'm joined by Flo. How is it going, Flo?
Doing good. Thank you, Matthew. Hello, everyone.
Hello, hello. Hey, Will. Okay, I'll put a link for you to join us, Will, and we can go through it in here. Ah, Gabby's joined us. Hi, Gabby.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Really eager for having this conversation with you because I have some issues and I'm hoping you can help me.
Okay. I hope they're not childcare related. Can you hear us? Do you want to? So, have you got some WeWeb questions for us? Okay.
Okay. Okay, now you're gonna sit here.
Gabby, well, I think Will's joined us, so we'll switch back to you in just a few minutes once we've helped Will out. Hey, Will.
Hey, Will.
Hello, can you see my screen?
Yes, can you hear us all right?
Yes.
Super.
Yes, there we go.
Hey.
Oh, the
No,
kids
no,
are so
it's
cute
yes,
doing
exactly.
this show. Okay. So, hello, everyone.
Yes, we've got your screen, Will. Take it away.
Okay, so getting a feedback. Let me turn that off. How's that? Oh, and I can't hear you guys. I don't know why I get a feedback.
Have you got us open on two screens or something like that?
That's probably why. Yeah. Hello. Yeah. That's the okay. The echo. So sorry about that, everyone. Okay, so I'm doing a sign up sheet, and I get two errors. This one is on the page.
Mm-hmm.
Unexpected error occurred. Please try again. And I also get one in my workflow.
Okay. If we on the,
Sorry, you're coming in choppy. I don't quite hear you.
can you hear me okay now?
Shoot.
Am I choppy for you, Flo?
No.
Okay.
That's fine on my side.
Hello?
Hello, can you hear us?
I can hear you now. Before, I'm sorry, you were
Super.
coming in choppy before.
No worries.
Hmm.
I think probably a good starting point, it seems, is on the far left in the logs. If you scroll to the bottom, I think we can see an error there. Just
Yeah, there's
if
an
you
error here, but I can go to the
this
type
one
error.
here. Okay, and if you go into the workflow itself, the user registration workflow, and so where is it actually throwing an error in here? If we scroll register, okay, so it's in your API request. If you click into the API request, the register user one, okay, that'll be why.
Yep.
So, although
that means nothing to me.
if I remember correctly, weren't you using Superbase before? Or
Yes, I despised them, and now
Okay.
I'm struggling with Xano.
Okay, that makes sense. I just wanted to double check because it said a Xano API URL. So
Good memory. Thank you.
no worry. What you'll want to do because just to make sure you have it installed, if you go to plugins, do you have the Xano plugin installed?
Yes.
So you've got Xano. It's probably worthwhile if you're using Xano now, getting rid of the Superbase plugins just to clean it up a bit.
Okay.
So if you can't actually remember how you delete these off the top of my head, to be honest. I think if you click on
you need to click edit. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you got
Yeah.
remove plugin at the top.
At the top right. You see remove
right.
plugin? No, sorry, in that menu. Yeah, just yeah. Yeah, and then you have to do the same for the other one.
Okay, this last one.
No. And then
No.
the Superbase, yeah, there we go. And then you need to remove this one as well. You removed the auth one before, and now we need to remove this regular one. So you see you've got another remove plugin option.
I don't see anything. I just see the Superbase here.
And yeah, so just to the right now, slightly to the right here. Bit more to the right. Warmer? No, colder, slightly to the left.
It's really at the
just
the top right.
There you go. Yeah. So you just have to do the same thing for this one.
To remove this one too, yeah.
Okay.
Just to simplify the context for AI. But
and so in that workflow you had for registering the user, I think it was on the form.
Yeah, you need to select the form container. It's really within. Yeah.
If you click on one of the inputs, and then
on the left you've got form container. Yes, that one.
Yeah. I think this is a different one though.
Yeah, that's not it.
Was this the same page you showed us at the start?
Yes, this is the same page.
Have you got
this says something different.
Have you got a different workflow set up on the button? So on the sign up button itself, does that have its own workflow?
No, because it gave me a horrible warning not to do that. No.
I'm pretty proud of this one.
No, I appreciate it. Don't do that. So no, that was good. But
this is definitely the same page.
Yes, join the adventure. There's only one sign up page. I didn't go to another page. It reloaded, but that workflow disappeared.
If you click on layout on the far left, so we go to the layout tree, and then if you expand all of this out, we can see. So you see some of these things have a lightning bolt on the right hand side. That means that they have a workflow attached to them.
Yeah.
Right, but this isn't the workflow that I had before.
If you
sorry, go on, Matthew.
No, but if you click on the container on the left, because I can see that has a workflow on it, just above this, the 3 above, that's this one.
Oh, this is it.
Okay,
so
there we go.
2 workflows.
Okay, so it's so this is set up probably a bit weirdly. So what you'll want to do, because what's happening, I guess, is you're pressing the submit button. This triggers the form submission. But how this works is the click follows kind of up its parents. So if you have a button inside of a group and you have a workflow on the group, when you press the button, it will then trigger the on-click workflow of everything it's inside of. So it's kind of propagating up. So what probably makes more sense is if we copy this user registration workflow. So if you click on the 3 dots, and you delete it from here, now that we've copied it. And if you go into the form container on the far left, and you paste the workflow here.
Should I get rid of this sign up?
Yeah, I think so. Super. And now for the register user action inside of here, where it was breaking on the left side, instead, let's add an action. So press the plus icon either above it or below it. It doesn't really matter. You see, yep, let's add an action there. And because you've got Xano, I think you can just type in Xano. I'm not 100% if they're, no, they don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
You need to type in requests.
Yeah.
We definitely need to change this.
So if you type in sign up, I guess, for this, because you should have, yep, and then you click the Xano auth one. And this should, yep, and then you'll just need to bind the fields on the right. So you see where you've got a name.
I don't know what you mean by bind.
Sorry, no. So if you click back into the sign up action, you see the way you have inputs on the right. So you've got a name, an email, and a password at the bottom of this.
Yes, yes.
If you press the plug icon just beside the input, this means you can bind it. So if you click that plug icon.
For the name?
Yep. Whenever you press this plug icon anywhere inside of WeWeb, you're basically binding the value. And what that means is you can dynamically pull in values of anything else in the app. So if you had a variable and that had a certain piece of data, and let's say in this case, it contained the user's name, if you wanted to send the value of that variable here, you could bind it and then pass in that variable. But for the use case of this, because when we sign the user up, we want to sign them up with whatever details they've typed in, like the email, the password, that kind of thing.
Right.
Here we'll want to dynamically pass in basically whatever they've typed into the input. So to do that, we'll want to, inside of here, now you're binding it on this binding menu that popped up. If you
Yes.
click on the first, just to the left where your cursor is, so this menu here, if you click the first tab here, you see it's kind of like an X inside of brackets. Yep, this one. Here's where all of the variables of the project are, but also all of the values of the inputs on the page. So here we can bind the email input value. Oh, sorry, the name input value.
It's the name.
Yeah. So this will now dynamically pass in whatever someone's typed into the name input. And so you'll just want to do this for all of the other ones. So on the right-hand side, you'll just now want to do the same for the email and the password. So you'd want to press the plug icon for them both, then pass in the value of the email input, password input, and so on.
That's
and so
great. Then I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go on.
Then what about?
Yeah, so we can get rid of that. We can get rid of that. The AI put it in as a placeholder because it put in the Xano URL. But since we've got the Xano plugin, it makes a lot more sense to use that.
So just delete it?
Yes. Yeah. And then, yeah, okay, that's weird. Separate out the branch. That's odd. If you, sorry, just to see that again, Will, if you undo that, just to see it. Oh, okay, that's odd. And now if you try and delete register user again. If you undo it and then manually delete it again, just to see if it does the same thing, because it shouldn't separate it outside of the branch. It might just be an issue.
Yeah,
okay, that's odd.
Yeah, you have to reproduce this by copy pasting something. Okay, but you can remove that action too. The empty one. Yeah.
Get rid of the action.
Yes.
Yes, and if you want to, did you try and delete that and it didn't work?
Yes, I tried to delete it. It said, so it's grayed out, but it's not gone.
Okay, that's not good.
We might have.
I don't know how to get around this flow.
We
trickery.
Might have an issue when we copy paste the workflow. Okay, that's really weird. Let's finalize the sign up, and we might need to reload. But
yeah,
but we might need to have the tech team to take a look to the data here, just to understand what happened.
If we'll finish this workflow off, though, Will. So if for the login user action, you won't need that either. You see the one at the bottom?
Yes.
You can delete that also. You won't need it. Whenever you use the sign up action of the Xano plugin, it will automatically log the user in after they sign up anyway. So you won't need that. And same with store auth token. You won't need that either because it assumes you have to do it all manually. But with the plugin, you don't. And then same for the authenticated state, you can delete that because again, it handles it automatically.
That's good. It just seemed like so much stuff.
Yeah, and same for resetting the form as you are going to, I think, navigate to another page.
Yeah.
Not needed.
Out of curiosity,
navigate to the dashboard?
No. Keep that. Because I guess once you sign them up, you want to take them to the dashboard, right?
Yes.
Cool. Just to see if we can fix the bug, on that empty action, when it goes into the true branch, in between the sign up and the action, could you just try adding an action? Just anything you like. I'm just curious, if we add an action and then try and delete the empty one, will it work? And now if you try and delete this, the empty action, does it work? No. Okay, sorry.
Can you click on it? Can you click on it?
Ah, okay, that's odd.
Oh, that's really odd. Yeah. I'm sorry. Could you refresh the page? Just want to make sure that. Yeah. And you're gonna have to go back to the form container. Perfect.
Yeah, it's still there.
Yeah. Can you try to click on it and type delete on your keyboard?
Delete it from my keyboard?
Yeah. If you click on it and you click del, delete, yeah, nothing happens.
No.
Okay, that's really weird, really odd. Okay.
But it's disabled, right? So it's not really doing anything, is it?
But let's try. But I think you might.
What you might be able to do to get around this is if you drag the navigate to dashboard action above the empty action. So yeah, if you drag that above the empty action,
Yeah.
if you're able to.
Like this?
Yes.
Okay.
And this is a hacky workaround, but it should work.
But actually, at least it will work, and we will definitely take a look to it.
Nice try.
Okay, can you remove the break loop you added? The action just below sign up. Oh, no. Keep it like this. Can you keep it? Yeah. Just you need to do two things. Remove the action we created just to test. So below sign up, you've got break loop. You have to delete that. You see the block below sign up? Below this?
The sign up?
No. Keep that one. But below you've got break loop. Yes, this one. Remove that one. You can remove that one. Yes, perfect. And now you need to finalize the sign up configuration. So if you click on sign up block, if you remember, click on that one. So if you remember, we bound the name property to the input. You need to do this for the email and password too. So you see email and password?
Yes.
Yeah, you need to click on that one, go to the first tab, and then bind to the value of your input, so email, and you need to do the same for password.
Okay, so
that's almost it. Yeah, you need to click here. That's perfect. And do the same here. Okay, that's great. So now you can close this and test. If you click preview at the top, yeah, perfect. Okay, so can you go back to the workflow? You need to select the form container. Okay, great. And now we need to understand what's going on with Xano. Okay, can you?
Just to double check this, Will, could you open up in the plugins at the top? So if you click on plugins at the, and then you click on Xano Auth on the left. Okay, no, you have. Sorry, I just wanted to double check you configured the endpoints. Okay, sorry, Flo. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, we need to. Can you click on it? Yeah, on the first configuration. Yeah, this one. Yeah, can you click on that block? Login, sign up. Okay, you do have them. Okay, can you go back to the workflow and click tests on the sign up block? So yeah, click, yeah, no, yeah, perfect. Can you click on that, click tests. Okay, super. So you see on the left, you've got some logs, and this is a request you've done to Zano, and we had an error. So could you open response? You see, it's the last bracket in here. You've got the results, and really on the left, you see in the logs, you've got name, stack, message, code, status. Yes, the last one is response. Do you see it? It's really the last one. Perfect. Can you open it? Super. And we need to see data. In response, you've got, yes, super. Can you click on data? Okay. And you see we've got a message here. Input does not meet, and can you scroll? Does not meet minimum length requirements.
With 8 characters.
So
For my password.
I guess on the Zano side, you've got a rule for your password. And so you need to define it. So you know what?
Okay.
Don't close this. Don't close this. Let's do something. We might have a bit of time. We don't have too many questions, Matthew.
We do have a few people waiting.
Okay.
So maybe
I'm taking up too much time.
Because we could display that error message, but let's try to add a bigger password.
Yeah. That's what I'll try. Thank you so much, gentlemen.
No, and just so you know, Will and Batik made a good point in our chat. Whenever you set up your Xano instance, they automatically create these sign up and login endpoints for you. And I think by default on their sign up endpoint, they automatically add these password limitations. You're welcome to adjust it, but just as a heads up, it's just a default thing on their side that you can change.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. Appreciate it.
No worries. Take care.
Bye.
Cool. Right, we'll switch back to Gabby. They joined us at the start. Hey, Gabby.
Hey again,
Hi,
Gabby.
thank you so much.
No worries.
I'm going to share my screen so you can see, because maybe I'm going to explain what I'm doing. Share my window. Let me see if can you see my WeWeb?
Yes. Oh, we can
perfect.
see. Sorry, we can see the restream. I think you've got our stream open. We can only see what you have open on our side for the restream.
Oh, and oh my gosh, then I have to change it to another one. Let me copy this. Oh, in that case, I have to log in Google because I'm in Safari.
No worries.
Okay, and I have to close this one.
If just as a heads up for Will, if you're still listening, Will, I'm just going to put a link in the chat for the Xano docs for you. What our side of the Xano docs, just so you can, if you need any more help with it, that's there for you. Sorry, Gabby.
Okay. I don't know if now you can see.
No, we haven't got it just yet.
Can you see now?
Yes, we've got it.
Okay, great. So I'm going to explain what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to make a builder, and I want to make different content blocks. Here is where I want the user to be able to add the information, and in here I want to have the preview, because this is going to be in one client portal. So basically what I want to do is give the opportunity to the user to create different templates. And say, for example, in one, I'm going to create the welcome of my company, and I'm going to give some YouTube links. I'm going to give some images. I'm going to put X thing they want. And this one will be reflected in a client portal. So I used a lot the WeWeb AI that you have, and it created this that I found it fantastic, but it didn't give me everything. So for example, when I go to create new blog, it was going in an infinite loop. Then I ran out of tokens, and then I said, okay, I'm going to try to do it via ChatGPT. So he told me that to erase everything because everything was in JavaScript, and I am not a technical person, so I had not a clue what it was saying. And I came here. Then in here, well, this is according to what ChatGPT told me to put. I created this, and then he told me also to put the select block, and here I have the new block. But if I go to the preview and I put here create new block, then yeah, it doesn't do anything. And in here is like it is still thinking. And if you see it again in an infinite loop, I really don't know what it's doing.
This one.
Yeah, for that I think you must have a YouTube video somewhere in here, because it relates to the YouTube video player we have. So somewhere in here there must be some kind of YouTube player. I don't know if you have any idea.
I do have these. That is, but the problem is that if I go to this one,
okay.
is this? But in here, I don't know what it did that it disappeared. Because if you see now, my layout is different. And initially, what I had was exactly all these. I had the block type, basic information, and I have all these, the URL, links, the calendar link, and also file or document. But now, if I click here, I don't know why it disappeared. I'm not sure what did I do, but he just disappeared.
It's been clever. It just hasn't explained it in a way, I guess, which probably is clear. So to answer that question, the reason when you click between welcome message and getting started, the reason why it changes is because I think it's assumed that on the right-hand side, you'll have different things you want to fill. So in the middle, it's assumed you won't always have the same inputs. So depending on the template you choose on the left, it assumed the inputs on the middle would change, because you'd only need certain things to pre-fill on the right in the template, if that makes sense. So I guess that's more of like a product question. Would you actually want the inputs in the middle to change depending on the template you select on the left, or would they always remain the same?
No, actually what I want is I want them to be able to have, that's why I have this created new block, because I want them to have a lot of different blocks here, and that in each one of these blocks, they can put all the information, and then they can create one whole file. So for example, if I want to do, I don't know if you know one app that is called Dupsado. In this one, they have like a lot of things that is drag and drop. But since I don't have that here, I was trying to some kind of emulating somehow. Well, at least in my mind, that's what I was trying to do.
Yeah. It's
yeah.
No, I was going to say, it's just because to sell this up would probably take us a bit of time. So I think what makes sense, just because there's people waiting, is what we'll do. We can walk through how you can set up a new block on the left-hand side. So that way you'll get a bit more context on working with the data. And then we can go through an example of how you could set it up on the right-hand side, so it displays something from the center. And then hopefully that's enough for you to work with. So in the meantime, if you need any more help, we're here every Tuesday, and then obviously you can get in chat with support. And there's also the forum, but hopefully you'll have enough to run through.
So
should we jump straight in? Yes. So let's start with the content blocks on the left. So if you go over to the left and you see above this where you've got the getting started and the welcome message.
Yeah.
If you click onto that getting started or the welcome message, either works, and you hover over block item, see on the left, it says it in text, just above the getting started. When you clicked on it, block item appeared above it.
Yeah.
See, and when you hover over this, you can kind of see everything it's inside of. So if you click block lists.
Okay.
Now we've got the list selected. Okay, cool. And the reason we want to select this is because this list is able to control the things that are repeated inside of it. So on the far right hand side, if you click the pencil icon, so the first tab, you see the way we've got repeat items on, and there's something that it's bound to, so it's purple here, so it's using JavaScript for this.
Yeah. And I have no idea what is this.
Yeah, so let's see, so the tab you have open inside of this menu, you see you've got all these different values in green at the bottom, where it says,
this one?
Yeah, no. So these are all the variables of your project. So it will, I assume, have bound this to one of the variables. So if in the search input, if you put blocks, you see just below this. Yep. If you put in there blocks, hopefully it's named it something like
Block, code block, block code. Oh, there are a lot of blocks.
actually, I realized,
can-
Flo, yeah, sorry, go on.
You can overt a variable in the code.
Yeah, I just realized we've added that, which is nice. So if you sorry, Gabby, if back in the JavaScript at the top, if you scroll to the top of this, and then you see all blocks, it says all blocks equals variables, and then it's got a bunch of, if you hover over that, it will tell us what it is. So the variable is content blocks. Okay.
Blocks.
So if you go back to the search, you've already got blocks typed in. We'll want to look for content blocks, so we can just do this in plain English, basically, and bind it here. There we go. Okay, cool. If you see at the top, you've got JavaScript selected at the top of this menu. In the top left, it says JavaScript. If you click that and put it to formula.
Just Matthew. If you do this, you're gonna break the filter.
Okay. I'm gonna try to convert, but I already used all my tokens, so I'm not sure.
Okay. You can keep it. I guess what you wanted to do is to create a new block, right?
Yes.
So now that we know that it's content block, this variable, we can now work on the workflow on link to that button, the create new block. And we know that we have to add a new object to it, right? So what we can do, could you please click on data really on the top left? On the panel on the top left, you've got layout, pop-ups, and data. Yes, this one. And you see below, you've got the list of all variables.
Yeah.
And you need to find content blocks.
I know where is that one, because ChatGPT made me modify something, so I put it here.
Super. So in here we see.
What happened?
So it's a list between brackets. So this is how maybe Matthew, you can find your documentation about variables. I think it will definitely help. But in here we've got the two blocks. So it's how we define a list basically inside. So we are going to need to update that variable, but we can do it together. So could you click?
Shall I erase everything? Or?
No. You can. Well, you know what? Copy this. Can be useful later. Copy this, and now you can click on the create block button.
Okay. Just
so you can
saving it.
You can click here. Yeah. Click and on the canvas. So in the middle, just to go back to the layout. Yeah. Could you select your create new block button on the bottom left? Yes, this one. So we're gonna need to you know what? We could do it with AI maybe. Try.
Oh, but with AI I cannot do it because I already finished all my
the token. So let's do it manually. So could you go to the third tab? Yes, this tab here. Perfect. Create new block. Perfect. So let's see what we have here. Change variable value and variable new block. Oh, okay. I know why that's. So it's pretty nice because I guess you need to configure that block before saving it, right?
Mm-hmm. So shall I add another one here?
Actually, I did a great job here. And then select block. The question is, what do you want to do when you click create block? Do you need to display a pop-up or something to configure your block?
No, I don't want that pop-up. What I want is to create one of these little boxes. Like here I have welcome message.
And you can configure it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so can you go back to that workflow? So can you select the button, go back to the workflow? So in here, I start so that you're gonna need kind of to create the block before saving it. So, but that's not what you want to do. You want to create it as an empty block, right? First.
Mm-hmm.
So you see in that action, which is called change variable value, really at the right, on the right-hand side, instead of updating new block, you need to update content blocks. So yes, here, perfect. So you need to look for content blocks. Super, yes, that one. So in here, you see it's written update array. So array is that list, but you don't want to replace everything. You want to add a new item to it. So perfect. So you can insert IDN. Okay, super. And now we need to add an empty object. So can you click? You see a value in here. Look at value. Yeah, the bind button. And here you need to add an empty object, I suppose. So it's curly bracket, open and close.
Let me see this one. Yeah, and close.
And close. And that's it. Let's try this.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, now I have the box. Yeah,
the block.
nice. Okay.
So,
at least it's a practicing.
one victory. And so now what you need to do is to, okay, when you click on it, I guess, and then you need to be able to update it. So, so to update it, so your select block should work. Can you click on that one, that action below?
This one.
So basically, just to give you a detail for this on the action we added before when we update the variable. If you remember, we added those curly brackets. System object.
Yes. So should I put it also select block, or do I have to put?
No. It's just to give you. You could do that later, but you can initialize that block with data. With so to do that, you need to fill in these objects. So I guess what you're gonna have to do is to click the link Matthew sent. No, not yet. Maybe for later. Just to learn how to. Perfect. Just to learn how to create data. You're gonna have just to take a look to that video to learn about array and objects, and then you're gonna be able to fill in that curly brackets with some data. So when you create a block, it's going to be filled in with data. So you won't start from scratch. Okay.
Okay.
So then what you need to do is to update that variable again, but with your form that time. Okay, so you can close this, but you can just remove the action you created, the second one. But you can remove that one. Yes, perfect. And now you can close this.
Close it like this?
Yeah, but as it's not selected, we might need to. So sorry. Can you open it again? I forgot about something. Okay, so the second action is yeah.
Oh, sorry. What did I do? Oh my gosh.
It opened the global workflow. This is what AI created before to select any block. So can you just click on this? Yeah, we just need to provide the block ID. Okay, so can you click on it? Yes, perfect. And you see in here we've got block ID.
Block ID.
Yeah, and so we're gonna have to do something. So we cannot add an empty object. So can you go back to the first action, the create new block? Okay. Go to value. And okay, in here we've got an empty object, but we have to provide at least an ID just to be able to select it after that. But are you using a backend right now? Or it's just
Zyno, but the first time I wanted to design everything, and then I was going to link to.
So let's do it locally then for now. So in the bracket, could you add between quotes ID? Okay, that now it's this for this one semicolon. No, it's I need you, Matthew, the two dots. What's the English?
Do I need to link it?
The semicolon.
The semicolon,
yeah. Here, you have this ID.
No, so you don't need to click it. We are going to create a new one because it's a new block. Okay. So can you type in semicolon just after the quotes? After perfect. Semicolon.
Semicolon?
No, really the character.
I don't know what is the character of semicolon.
It's a 2 dots.
Yeah, like a dot above and then a dot beneath it.
Which one? Maybe it's you. Do you have something that I can see it?
I'm trying to think if it's in
Put
the
it in
editor.
the chat.
Yeah, I'll put it in the chat now.
Yeah.
Sorry, no, that's the wrong one. That's a colon. The second one. The second one.
That one.
The second
The
one.
2 dots. Oh,
Yes.
sorry.
No
Okay.
worries. Okay, and now we are going to, normally we should generate an ID here, a random ID. To do it quickly. Okay, just for the purpose of this exercise, we are going to add an ID like, let me help you for this. Could use the date. Because okay, but let's just for the test type in a random number. Okay, super. Now can you go to the select block action, just the one below, and can you click on block ID? You see the edit formula. We need to provide the value here. Yeah, that one.
Block ID. Yeah.
Yeah, super. So it's not new block. I like icon. Okay. It was pretty nice actually, new block. But okay. And in here you need to use the last content blocks. Yes. Can you click on content blocks? The first one, the right? Yes, this one.
Okay.
And in here, so you see we've got 3 blocks, 0, 1, 2, and we need to select the last one. So to select the last one, you need to add a bracket. So open a bracket after content block. Yeah, 1 bracket. Not the curly one, really the square one. Yes, perfect. And now in the Data Explorer, you see you've got lens. In content blocks, you've got many things, and really the last one is lens. Do you see it?
Yeah.
Yes, this one. Click on this and close the bracket. And sorry, lens -1. Sorry. So
minus one.
-1. Perfect. So now you are sure to select the last one. No, it's not the last one. Yes, that's normal. .id. Sorry. After this.
ID. This one.
Yes. After the bracket, you need to type in dot and then ID. No. Really type in not like this. You need to type in yourself .id.
Okay. Oh, but
not semicolon. Really dots. 1 dot.
1 dot.
Yeah,
okay.
1 dot and ID. And it's undefined. Why it's because we need to click test again. Okay, so now this should work. If you use this, and now you click create a block again, this should be selected, and it's not selected. Yeah.
And I think that is still in the infinite loop.
So we would have to take a look to the data here to see on. Well, okay, can you go back to the workflow again?
To this or to this?
To the second one, yes, this one. Could you click here? And we've got 1, 2, 3, which is nice. And could you click select blocks in blue? Just on that action, select block. Basically, it's calling this one. It's calling another workflow that I created, and I need to see. Could you click on custom JavaScript here? Yeah, this one, and I need to see the value here. Okay. So this is why, because it's selecting select block ID. Okay. So it's even easier. Okay, so this is why.
You want me to scroll down?
No, that's fine. How this should work. Okay. Basically, it would be easier to keep using AI to update everything here as you created that with AI, because now you need to go there, or at least to convert this to no code. But okay, that's fine. I just want to give you one more thing so you can move forward. Can you close this and close this too? Okay, so can you click in the block editor, really the form in the middle?
Oh, this one. I'm sorry.
Yes, this one. I suppose here you would have to fill in the form and then click Save Changes, right?
Yes.
Okay, I just need to check. Could you select the form? So your inputs are within a form.
What exactly? Because there are a lot of fields.
Yeah.
Which one do you need?
It's not within a form.
And I see that
Like,
all of them, they have this workflow.
can you click on it? You click on that too.
I think it's assumed that there is no save changes button, and it just updates it in real time.
It's updating a variable in here. Yeah. Can you over the at least the first one? Yeah, in the code. Well, yes, you need. Can you over the ID in the code?
Which ID code?
Yes, in that one. Both of them. Need to see both. Okay, it's editing block. Perfect. And the one below. Okay. So yeah, we would have to. We would need more time to explain you how to move forward.
I think maybe just to give you something to go off, Gabby, it may be worthwhile just showing how it would kind of work in the sense of I know you want to press save changes and then show the changes on the right, but just maybe to show you how you can reflect different values. Just because I'm conscious we have people waiting. If you close this, so you go back onto the editor, and let's say if you click live preview, you see on the right, we'll get rid of this afterwards because I know this isn't what you want to do. But oh no, sorry, yeah, exactly.
You meant this one.
Exactly, yeah, sorry. If you click the live preview text and you open up the pencil icon on the right, if you click back onto live preview, sorry, on the text, the actual text itself, the live preview text, yeah. And if you were to press the plug icon beside text en, we can now bind whatever is displayed here to what someone has typed in. So you have a lot of different inputs. Description input. Okay, for the sake of the thing, let's say the description input. So if you bind it to the description input value, now if you put this into preview and you type something into the description input in the middle, so I think it's the one, if you type something in here, you see it instantly reflects.
Yeah.
So that's I know this isn't exactly what you want to do, but hopefully it gives you a bit of a premise of how it would work, in the sense of you could have something on the right hand side, some kind of text content. You could bind it to a variable, and it could be a text input, probably not in this case because you want to press save changes. But the idea would be that whatever you type into the middle in these inputs, you press save changes. That saves all of the inputs into an object, and objects will make more sense when you see the video. But you would save it into an object, and then on the right hand side, all of these text fields that you want to change in the template, you would bind them to the values in the variable, so that way they would reflect whatever they need to based on what's been typed in.
Okay. And maybe because I understand that my question was a little bit complex and there are people waiting. I did a lot of these things with the AI. How can I trace back or understand what the AI did so then I can maintain it? Because even I said, please use native non-code functions of WeWeb so then I can maintain it. But it put a lot of things in JavaScript and I have absolutely no idea what is that. So is there a way that I can tell the AI not to do that and just, because by saying native non-code WeWeb functions didn't work. So what can I do?
So right now you cannot tell AI not to create JavaScript blocks. We do that to reduce the number of tokens right now, and it's going to improve in the time. But what you can do, you have a button in the workflows to turn the JavaScript into no code. So for the workflows that you need to change or to maintain, turn them into no code. So then you can maintain them. For some of them, you don't need that. For example, when it's updating a variable and opening a pop-up, just keep the JavaScript. It's straightforward, kind of. But for the ones that you need to update, to maintain, turn them into no code with that button. It would be much more easier for you to maintain. But in any case, to maintain your application as it's getting more complicated, you really need to learn how to structure data. This is really, really, really important. So the video Matthew sent, take the time to look at it, just to understand how to create an array and object. And at first it looks really complicated, but when you manage to understand how that works, you will see that everything is about updating a variable and binding. Okay. And so you create new block, you will see in the curly brackets that it's looking odd. You will understand that this is the core of everything. You will just have to put data there, and that's it. And it's going to be the same for everything. So you will see that it's often just updating a variable here and there, and then binding to those variables. So you need to learn those basics. And when you have this, when you're going to turn those workflows into no code, it will make sense for you because you will see that it's updating variables, and then you're going to be able to maintain. But really, the basics of basics, you need to learn those variables so you can be comfortable in when you update things.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
No, you're welcome.
Thanks, Gabby. Cool. Right. Let's jump back in as quick as we can. So going through who joined in order, it was Batik that joined first. So we'll switch over to Batik. Hey again, Batik.
Hi, Matthew. Hi, Flo. Can you hear me?
Hey.
Yes.
Okay. Flo, first of all, I want congratulations on your new arrival. I heard from Matthew at the last office hours.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
That's a big event, I think. It's a life-changing event. Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's an understatement.
Yeah. I'll be quick. I just have some minor questions today because for my major questions, I find solutions either on the community side or find some workarounds with AI. So I'll just show you my screen. Okay. Can you see?
Super. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm working on electronic document management system, and it's far from perfect state. So I'll show you the whole soft in the future office hours. So right now I want to demonstrate one thing. I tried to make file preview element, and I was able to make it with AI, with the help. It works like this.
Okay.
I think here's a big file. Yeah, 15 megabyte. It will take some time. Yeah, this is it. And when I click onto the file in the data grid, I can preview all the files.
Very nice.
Yeah. It's still not perfect because there are a lot of errors in the console, but I think I'll manage to improve it. So my main question is there a way right now to select the part of the text inside data grid like this?
Oh,
It's just for, I know I can copy like the whole text with a copy to the clipboard action inside the workflow, but what if I want to copy just the part of it, like maybe?
yeah. So I guess you're gonna have to use a custom cell for this one. And so if you
Okay.
select the data grid and you go
Yeah,
to
I know.
the
I know, like
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, that one. And if you put a normal text instead of
Okay. Let me
so
check.
yeah, but you need to configure your data grid before. Oh yeah, you can test. You can test here. You can test here, but yeah, this one. Can you select this one? No, you cannot.
No,
Oh,
no, I can.
okay. So I might need to take a look.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
I need to take a look to it.
It's okay.
That's a good point. A good point.
And another thing, by the way, I've been struggling for 5 hours to make this element work, and I made it with AI help. But in some chats, I completely broke WeWeb AI. I just want to show you like this. When
Please.
It works, and I got this runtime error. It just goes blank. Yeah. And the only way to bring it back is to do this like this, edit with AI, and it shows again.
And could you please create a ticket?
Okay, one more time, and it's goes black.
So, yeah, this one is amazing. I'm really sorry for this.
No, it's okay. It took me almost half of my tokens, like 4 million.
Okay, we will definitely refund your tokens because of this. So could you
it's not a problem.
fill in a ticket? Yeah, please just create a ticket in here.
Yeah, okay.
So we can so the tech team could go to your project and understand what's going on and then fix it. And they will definitely refund your token.
Yeah, thank you very much, Flo. And I also want to address Gaby, I think, if I may, just a short hint. She asked about how to manage with the JavaScript code, and what would I personally do is just copy paste all the JavaScript inside any AI, and just to ask him to explain me all the code, what is happening line by line. And after that, I can refactor it and make it totally no code with WeWeb standard for flows.
It's a very good idea.
Yeah. And also, just let me check my is there a way to address order number of these rows to represent the order of the of each file, like not the ID, but just count? I can do this in repeating list because every row in repeating list have its own count number, but I don't know how to make it inside data grid. So I have array with objects, and I just don't know what can I bind to see the row number.
Could you just change the sorting at the top here? I'm not too sure if I'm missing something, but no, sorry, back in that menu, Batik. where you had the data bound.
Oh, okay. Yes.
You could press.
Sort.
You see sort, and then you could add
Yeah.
a sort, and then you could do sort by ID at the top,
Okay.
and then you could put it to. I guess you want to do it ascending. And I think that would do it.
No. I don't
I-
need an ID. I just want to see
display
the
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in here,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Ah,
That's
okay,
right.
okay.
Yes.
Okay, so could you create a new column? Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's try to do it. Yeah, this one, and make it. Yeah, you can call it
Row number, for example.
remember. Yeah, perfect. And so for the key, we don't care. Use custom display value. We could use
Okay.
in here and here, and yeah, we need the context. Yes, this is an update we're going to do.
Yeah, I tried use in
Yeah.
this instance, but it's empty.
This is coming. We have a ticket for this, so you could have all the row information in
Okay.
here. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. I'm
sure.
sorry, you cannot do it right
Yeah,
now,
okay.
but this
I'll
is
just
this is coming.
need to wait. I'll leave it with
Yeah.
ID by now.
Yeah.
So it's okay.
Yeah, we're gonna provide all the context of the row, so you could then with the context of the row, you're gonna be able to, from the ID, get the index where it is. So
Okay.
in the array, so it's you're gonna do get index by ID, something like this. It's a formula,
Yeah.
and then you're gonna have the place where it is in the array, so you're gonna be able to
Okay.
display it. But
Okay.
yeah, you need the context. Oh, we could cheat. Let's cheat a bit. In the key, type in ID. Just above custom display value, type in ID.
Yes.
Okay, go back to the display value. We just need that in the end. Okay, and before this, select the. You need the collection of your array, the one that that you're using above, with everything, with all the arrays. So your data grid is bound to an array, right?
Yes.
So it's called, yeah, can you click here so we can see the name? It's contractor all file. Okay, only okay, perfect. So can you go back to the display value here? Let's find that variable here. Okay, super. It's
yes.
So we need the array.
Yes.
Okay, super. Okay, and I think we have a formula. If you go into the tabs, it's so it's in array, the array folder, and I think it's find index by key. Something like this. Find
filter by
index
key?
No, find index. Yes,
find index.
This,
Okay.
that one. So it's waiting for the array key value. Okay, so can you drag and drop this one?
Yes.
Array, then the key is ID. So between quotes, you can type in ID.
Yeah.
And then move mapping into the last part. Okay, here you are.
Oh, nice. Thank you. And I can just add one.
Yeah.
Yeah, super. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I just didn't know about this workaround. It works super. So by this solution, I can address all the properties, like of every row.
Yeah, you can look for anything inside your array.
That's
thanks to this.
Okay. And the last one I want to ask, I just couldn't find the solution for this one. That's agreed is like I can place it behind my drop-down menu. No matter of which Z index I use for this element or for data grid, it like always unhideable, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's always above? Okay.
Yeah, I tried to change Z index of this, like with 100. I tried to change Z index.
That worked, no?
No. I still see the row number.
No, but when you put it to 100 there, you wanted the data.
No, I just want to place it behind this.
And if you had a higher number for your dropdown, instead of
Okay, let me. No.
Okay.
nothing happens.
Okay, so we need to take a look to that. We might
Yeah,
have this
and
index somewhere.
Data Grid also has this, I think. No, drop-down menu has its own Z-index somewhere. Let me check.
Okay.
Yeah, right here, and it also doesn't work. So
could you also create a ticket for this?
Yeah, okay.
For this
I'll
one too.
Yeah, okay.
Super. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. That's all from me for today.
Very welcome. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Pratik.
Thank you.
Cool. Right. Tamara and Steve have been very patient. They've been here the entire hour waiting, so we'll try and get through them as quickly as possible. I think it was Steve that joined first, so we'll go to Steve first. Hi, Steve. You with us?
Hi. Yes.
Super. How's it going?
Hi. It's going well.
Hi.
Yeah. Thank you for your help.
No worries. How can we help?
Hang on. I'm just gonna. I need to I need to give the permission to share and quit Chrome and come back. Actually,
No worries.
Can I return in 1 sec?
Sure. We'll go to Tamara and then we'll definitely hop back to you afterwards.
Okay, great.
Hey, Tamara.
Hi guys, can you hear me?
I think so. It might be a bit choppy.
Choppy?
I'm not too sure yet.
Okay, I can try to disconnect.
No, I think it's all good.
All good?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. So I want to tell you because I was breaking the connection. And share screen. Okay, can you move the screen?
Yes, we can see the screen, but just so you know, the voice is a bit choppy. But hopefully we can make out like the core question.
Okay. So the issue is like upload file on model. And also using RPD. And I want to enter the file into my own array. So if I show you. So I'm trying to get the last file array is let's say login, but I'm getting 0.
Yeah. We've still got you just about. It's breaking up, but so the gist I get is you have this file upload array. You want to add to the file upload array at the very end, but it's not working.
Exactly. It's I will show exactly as I'm trying to get this one. So this way it like works perfectly. It's not like full file. And great. This one. I can't get this object into the new array. Only if it's like the whole before the files. If it makes sense.
Do you have any idea what this might be related to, Flo? No. Could you go back? Could you go back in? But it's sorry, Thomas. It's a bit tricky to make it out because it's breaking up. But
Yes.
but you've got something's not working. But I guess where you've lost me is because I can. It seems like they've been added. So it seems like in the current values here you have the actual files added. So you've lost me as to where it's going wrong.
Only like upload if it's like for the array files. For event, the event, the then if I go and setting for value 0. So this was like an old one, which was like some confession again.
It's yeah. It's really hard to
Yeah.
to hear you. We get some words, so we would try
Yeah,
to
I'm really
understand
sorry.
what you mean.
I'm really
but
sorry
it's-
to. What might be better is if you could record a loom or some kind of just recording of this and post it on the forums. We'll be happy to help you there. It's just because the connection is so choppy right now that it's difficult. We can see the screen fine, but your voice is chopping out, and we just can't make out what's going on.
Change.
Sorry, we can't
yeah,
make
we can't hear
make
you.
out.
Yeah, you definitely need to record a video. Yeah.
Cool. Sorry, I'll
Maybe like
I'll break.
and now it's like, can you hear me like better?
No, I'm sorry, Tamar. It's
No,
breaking
same.
up.
Yeah.
I hate to do this after you've waited for so long. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
But
sorry.
if you wouldn't mind, please could you record it and then post it on the forums, just because it's so difficult to make out.
Okay, now let's try. Still choppy.
Okay, it's not as choppy now when you aren't showing a video.
Okay, no, I also like disconnected like the earbuds. Is it better now?
Yes.
Okay, so the issue is like the moment that I'm not uploading the full array of files, like the full event, it's like it's empty. I get like no current value.
So whenever you tried it, though, it seemed like in whenever you open up the variables, the current values, it seemed like they had been added. Are you just saying it doesn't display it in the workflow menu, but it actually?
No, it's not. Yeah, exactly. It's showing it. Actually, also on the logic, it doesn't show the added value. When
But they still get added to the variable, right?
it was like the full array of all of the files. But then I showed you after, but it didn't work well. Like I had to like disconnect. If I'm doing like choosing like one object in this file array to upload, it doesn't work. It's like nothing.
Okay, that might be a bug then. I'm not too sure then, unfortunately, because it seems like you should be able to access a single object in that array. Could you would you mind filing a ticket then? Because it sounds like it's a bug.
Okay. I will try to get to file a ticket. And another thing, if I'm using only like the value that it's not like the full file, it's only like the ID, the mine type, the name, the size, but not like the full with like the special array, like the special code. Can I use it to upload it to Supabase, or it won't be enough? Because I need like the full file.
It's a good question. I'm not too familiar with Supabase on the Xano side. I know you need to usually use the base 64 value or the data URL and that way. But I don't, Flo, do you know in terms of uploading to Supabase what you would need with what the file upload outputs?
I think you just send the object you get, the file object, to base.
Okay.
And this should work. You got a file upload action, and you can just bind the props, and I think this should work.
Okay.
But I don't think you need to convert. I don't remember. It's been a while. I need to take a look. But
work with like the base 64 action.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a special 64 base. I don't know how to use it, but I can try if you say it will work.
I think so I think I don't know, I'm not too familiar with Supabase, but just looking through our docs from someone who created this previously, it seems like you need to send the entire file. So if it's not a complete issue with sending the entire file, I would just keep sending the entire file for now.
Yeah, you send the objects. Send the objects, and this should work, I think.
Yeah.
Exactly, but I can't retrieve like one object. It's only like the full array, or only like one. And then if I want to have like any manipulation on it, it's hard, especially when I have like two types of different uploads, and because it's on the model, I can't reach like the variable, like the grid variable, like the regular one. It's like it stays empty because it's like a repeated element and on a model.
You could, again, I'm not too familiar with Superbase, so I don't know exactly, but my assumption is if what they cater for natively is sending the entire file object, you might be able to create an edge function that would take in just the base64 or the data URL and use that to upload the file. So maybe you could do it that way, but in terms of natively, at least from just what I can tell, I think you need to send the entire file object. So for your use case, I'm not 100%, because it seems like the native file upload action just expects the file object. So I'm not too sure, unfortunately.
Okay, guys, thanks. And yeah.
Yes, I'm really sorry, Tom. I'm just conscious for time because we ran over.
Okay, no, thank you still for staying. Yeah, really appreciate it.
No worries. And apologies we couldn't help any further.
It's all right.
Keep us posted or create a chat in the forum so we could help you, and don't stay stuck with this.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. I stayed for like hours and nothing working, so I will try on the forum. Thanks, guys.
No worries. Thanks. Cool. And then finally, we will jump to Steve.
Hi. Yes. Hopefully.
Hello again, Steve.
Hopefully this works this time.
Cool. Yes, we have got you.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, it's very simple. Just like list of recipes. You click into that. You've got a page of it, right? And I've got the ingredients and the calculation or the quantity here for that. The goal is you increase the portion and it multiplies by this quantity amount. And I have a variable to do that. So yeah, I just can't seem to get that to work and get those to work together to somehow refresh the table with to update it and get it to multiply. And I thought that here in the formula it's doing this. That multiplication is happening. But yeah, I don't know why it's not. Doing it.
Okay. Can you click on the table? Is that one? Super. And can you go to the settings, so the second tab, and I just need to see the data. Okay. Okay. Did you go to quantity? So sorry, in the columns, just below this, got quantity. Okay, I need to see display value.
Nothing, I guess.
Okay, nothing is here. So did you click on mapping.item? So the first one.
Yep.
Yes, this one. And I guess you could multiply by your portions in here. So you need to find portions there. I think I saw it above.
Right. Oh yeah, there it is.
Here.
Okay.
Okay. Well, normally this would work. Can you try again? Yeah, multiply. It's not multiplied. All right. Can you select the grid again? Yeah, the table again. Can you click display value again? Why don't we see it?
just to make sure it works correctly here, could you go into preview and put the portions to 2 and then open that back up just to see if it changes the value inside of there?
Thank you.
In right in here.
Okay, so it changes it here.
Oh.
And then, sorry, if you close this window just to see, and it's not reflected. Yeah, if you close this, sorry. And so, sorry, I've just reverted my attention back. Where is the quantity column? Because I don't see it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's here.
And so where's this row we were looking at? The one where it said it was, so it was 40 initially when it was 1. Where's that row?
It may have disappeared. Hang on.
Yeah.
Can I try? Yeah, it was this top one, and that disappeared.
But now you're, okay, there we go. Okay, now if you put it into preview and add the portion, see if this works. No? Okay, that's odd. And if you... Okay, let's try one more thing. If you put the portion to 2, or just any number other than 1, you put it into edit mode. If you click the data grid, and then if you scroll to the bottom of this menu on the right, the very bottom, if you turn conditional rendering off, then on. Okay, I think this is a bug, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's because of the formula in the data, I think.
Okay.
I really like this one, and I think we should definitely have the tech team to take a look. So can you just go back to the data, really at that grid, really above, at the root level, really at the top, at data.
In here?
Yeah, in here. Here we've got a formula, and I think this is because of this, we kind of lost the reactivity.
Okay, yeah, because it's got to be just the data for the slug of the particular recipe that's been selected, and then I only want it if it equals a certain thing. Yeah, so I guess I'm adding a lot of conditions.
Yeah, could you create a ticket for this? Just explaining that you have this formula in the data, and then when you update the portion, it's not reactive.
Okay.
So the tech team could take a look to that, and so we can understand why it's not reactive with this formula.
Right. Okay. Where do I submit tickets?
In
the help,
Oh, up here.
Yeah.
And then at the bottom.
Great.
Yeah, reported right in here.
Yes.
And so I think in here, if you, but don't change it, or you can do it in another page. You can duplicate that page and play with it if you want to move forward the time the tech team is taking a look to it. But I think it's because of this formula.
Right.
This formula is breaking something, and I don't know why. And
the formula looks fine.
Yeah. I don't know why you lost the reactivity here. Okay, so definitely need to have an engineer taking a look to that.
Okay. No wonder it was so hard to figure out.
Yes. Apologies, Steve.
Yeah, but just for this.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Can I ask you? Sorry, one super quick thing.
Okay. Yes. Go on.
Here in is there any way to wrap in the cells on the table? So if this gets quite long,
I think you could
way to wrap it.
Give it a max width for the column, and that should resolve it.
It should wrap.
Yeah.
it.
So if you put it back onto desktop or mobile, whatever you want to wrap it on, and then you put it into edit mode. If you open up the column that you want to wrap, so down here,
this one here.
Oh no, sorry, just above this. So whichever column you want to wrap, so ingredients or component.
It would be ingredients.
If you expand ingredients,
right.
And you scroll down, the max width. If you change this, then it'll wrap, so it doesn't exceed that max width.
Oh.
It should do. But I think this isn't a problem with the column. It's a problem with the data grid, I think, where it's you need to.
I'm not sure.
I think you could put
you need to change the line 8 of the data grid so you can display more lines. So yeah.
Oh, the whole thing.
Yeah, I think so. That's an issue with the data grid. So if you go to the style tab, so sorry, and then really at the top,
I think you're just above this.
Yeah.
Steve, yeah, there. I think
Uh,
is it the line height flow?
Yeah, I think it's
oh,
it's,
line height.
you really at the top of this. I think it's really, it's a specific property for the data grid, so it should be really above. Yeah, height. So yeah, you might need to have a fixed height, I think. And then just for the purpose of this test, could you? No, not the. I'm sorry, it's the line height. I need to sleep more. So can you select photo again? Sorry.
That was lower down the line.
Yeah.
It was for the action though. Is this right then, Flo? If it's the line height for the action,
right here.
I'm not that sure. I need to take a look to the data grid to do it, to wrap the text. I don't remember anymore. I know it's one of the issue of the data grid to do that kind of thing. It's really easy to do it with the flex boxes and the proper table. But as your data grid is quite simple and you don't have that many rows, might worth it to use the table instead of the data grid for doing this.
Oh.
So the bindings would be a bit different, but at least you would be able to manage and to wrap it easily, like Matthew said, with a max width. So it might worth it for you to take a look to drag and drop a table, bind to the same formula, and then each one of the text, just click on it and bind to the content. It would be much more easier, I think, for you, because I don't think you're going to have a lot of lines in here for your recipes. So I guess using a table could be a nice fit for you for this use case.
Okay.
And I think it might also fix your first issue of the quantity not updating.
Yes, absolutely, because you could bind to to a formula directly.
Okay. Sweet. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'll play around with that.
Super. Okay. Cool.
Right. Data grid is really useful when you have a lot of data and you need also to edit easily what's inside.
Right. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Great.
Cool. Right. Thanks, Steve. Sorry, it wasn't everything up. It was a bit of positives and negatives. Hopefully,
well, yeah, I wasn't sure about the difference between the two and like when to use them and when not. So that's helpful.
Cool. Super. Right. Thanks very much.
Thank you. Bye.
Right. That was an extended office hours. Thank you ever so much, everyone, for joining us. And thank you to Tamara and Steve at the end there for their patience. As always, we will be here same time again next Tuesday. Thank you, Flo, for joining me.
Thank you, Matthew.
And we shall see everyone next week. Cheers.
See you.